Hello, everyone. Today I am gonna be doing.
Keep speaking.
I am gonna be doing.
All right, everyone. So today for Sarah and the Invisibles, we have once again this amazing little being, Alila, who is here for a moment to pop in. And she was going to be asking, I felt like there was a really good turnout for people asking you questions last time. So if you have a question that you'd like to ask a little star child or the next generation, you are welcome to do that. And otherwise, maybe I'm going to ask her a few questions and then she'll get off. And for anyone that's new to this is a great opportunity for you to ask a question for yourself, humanity, or the world. Yeah. Okay. Ooh, careful. Good. All right, so I think Alila's going to go get something that might be alive. For anyone that didn't see, there was a mother. Oh, hey, Ala. Oh, so a mother cat ended up bringing in all of her kittens into my treatment room yesterday. So here's one of them. He's crying. So Alila, before you get off so I can do the Invisibles, I'm wondering if anyone has a question for her. This is a great opportunity. Alila's open to answering questions.
This is Snowball.
Can I ask you a question?
Mm-hmm.
What's something that you feel people should be thinking about right now to help the planet?
Think of that.
I can put him down. People are watching, so.
People should be caring to people because some people are actually dying of water. Well, not of water, but they don't get enough water. And that's what's happening right now.
And so what do you have a prayer for the water of the planet?
May all people be able to have the beauty of water.
Is there anything else you want to say if somebody is feeling that, or if there's something people can do to help other people on the planet? Okay. Ooh. Ooh. Thank you. Can I ask you another question, or are you done?
No.
You're good. Okay, I'm going to go into my world now. So for anyone popping on, I have my daughter here today, and it's the last end of the school break. And so this is a great opportunity for you to ask yourself a question for yourself, humanity, or the planet. And so how this works is the first part of this journey is I'm going to ask my own question and kind of get the ball rolling that way. And then whoever's next on the thread, it's for you. So here we go. Just starting with the sound, and allowing the sound to open the space, honoring the container, honoring the presence that you're offering in this moment. And so today and every day that this happens, you're invited to believe, receive, leave, or lend. So if there's something that comes up that is really important for you to grasp onto or to use as a tool to support you in your walk on this planet, please do. If there's something that doesn't align with you, doesn't really feel like it's a message for you, please leave it unless it's something that you're not quite ready to digest and you want to return to it. And in that way, I call it lending it, and lending it to the earth almost as like a vibrational bundle that you can return to. So that being said, my first question is regarding travel, because I'm about to go on a very big traveling journey for almost a month on Friday. And in travel, I'm wondering if there's any suggestions that they have for people that are on the move, for people that are not only just traveling, but possibly like in a place of displacement, with their home, and how to, like, any guidance for those beings, and those beings that are just on the move and on this great journey of life and taking them away from their homes. So that is my question, and here we go. Deciding how you explore this planet doesn't always feel like a choice. For some, the exploration feels like a chore, feels like the earth is not permitting them to have stable ground, to incubate themselves within. For those that are displaced on this planet, that are seeking a place of refuge for their bodies, that is sustainable, that is consistent, that holds and helps them harness themselves. We say this to you. Your path is a path of honor and vigilance. The journey before you is opening doors that you cannot understand necessarily. But those doors are leading you into the deeper path of resonance on the physical plane. What may seem unable to solidify in the forms of homes, in the forms of structure, is only because there is something within you that is needing to have the fluidity of experience to help shape your needs. For on the road of life, as we are in times of going with the flow, when we are in times of following the wind and how she blows, it is important to remember that there is an internal navigational source that determines the quality of experience and expression of life, no matter what your circumstances are. So remembering that even if there is a system already in play or dynamics already in play that you must navigate yourself through, there is a home within you. There is a place within you that holds the frequency of you in your soul's pristine essence. No matter where you go, no matter what life dishes you or serves you. So by honoring and acknowledging that there is a steady home, possibly very deep within you, that is capable of navigating your experiences, is a very empowering way to realize that you are still part of the creation of your feeling of home, whether or not it is in a physical form, but that home, that vibration of being held by your surroundings, of being grounded in who you are, of being stable, that is something that can actually come with you and manifest those beings that will help reflect that. Those homes that are already set up in a way that you can feel comforted just by visiting them or soaking in their essence. The beauty of nature that's here to nourish you. Thank you. Hello, everyone. So that was all about home and travel and displacement and kind of that theme of when we don't necessarily have the physical home that we've created or that we desire to create around us. And what do we find in that? How do we find that home in ourselves on the road? So for anyone popping on, this is a great opportunity for you to ask a question for yourself, humanity, or the planet. And it looks like we don't have anyone queued yet. So, oh, perfect. We've got Astara here. And Astara says, I want to get clear on whether to go to Eclipse Festival, newly feeling called, but also wishing to find a home, moving out of my place in Vancouver, and was given guidance of Toronto, which is a new place for me. Yet it seems like a whole different world. East Coast! I'm from Toronto. It is a different world. It is unknown and don't have a lot of community. So going off faith in that reading. Well, I know for sure those times in life when we need to drop into, is this calling within us? Is this intuition coming from our pure souls? Yes. Kind of like with the last transmission that came through, is how do we trust in what's navigating that has a greater perspective that we can't even comprehend? That logic is not going to create foundation for us to build upon. Oh, no, siree. Maybe a little bit. Oh, she says she was also given an astrology reading to guide you there. So, hey. Okay. All right. Alola's getting creative. She just filled an ice cream cone with yogurt while I'm doing this. So this is for you, Astara, and I guess just to hone down your question, because it feels like there's two different questions there. Do you just want it to focus? I like to do one question at a time. So do you want to focus on the festival, or do you want to just focus on the theme of your direction in life? Or do you want to just focus on Toronto? And if I don't hear anything, I'm gonna focus on the theme of direction for you. Oh, perfect. There you go. Great. I chose that too. All right, my dear. And for anyone else that's popping on, feel free to put your question on even while I'm doing this, so that it'll be ready for us to drop into. Okay. Keeping a checkbook in your pocket is not how this is going to work. It is important to remember that whatever you're structuring your desires upon, whatever foundation is enough to inspire you to take great leaps of faith. Money is not necessarily the right destination or foundation for you at this time. Not because you cannot harness it or because it is not important, which it is, but there is something within you that is aligning itself from being out of alignment. We're hearing May to August, not sure which year. So in these times in our lives, when we are structuring ourselves in misalignment with our core nature, sometimes the actual shifts that need to take place into right alignment can be incredibly drastic, because that is how much you have shifted or grown within you during these dormant times. It's not always easy to understand if you've been in an isolated time of dormancy of creation. But for you, there is something that is desiring for you to speed up your transformation process into something that will allow you to harness your gifts for humanity, but moreover, put yourself in the environment that will allow these gifts to thrive. But in order to do that, you need to understand who is guiding you. It's not the reading. It's not all the friends that are inspiring you one way or another. Who is guiding you? And why do you trust in that guidance? We're not even saying it's Sarah right now. We're saying, who is your overarching, almost, we hear the word enigma, but the theme of your life. Let's change this wording. The theme of your life is what is guiding you, okay? So you've been in 2 or 3 different themes on rotation for the last even 12 to 13 years, core themes. But we understand that you are coming to a place where a new theme, a transit, so you may, into a new aspect of who you are, is eager to come forth. But it is requiring you to align yourself with, in some ways, a future that who you are now may not understand, may not actually see how the transformation will unfurl. But you feel it. You feel that there is something in you that is encouraging a great shift. As for things like Toronto, yes, it's a big change, but not so much. You can make friends. You align yourself with your destiny no matter where you go. Would it be challenging in the winter? Yes. Would it mean that you needed to find more community to support you? Yes. Are you needed there? For the most part. But it's not you in your current incarnation that will thrive there. It is who will be demanded out of you. This new theme, this new identity, this archetype that you're desiring to build yourself into, that is requiring a commitment, a leap of faith, a challenge, but moreover, it is requiring you to take action with the guidance that you've been given from within. So we'll even get to eclipse. Sarah wasn't sure if we could answer all of those. With eclipse, who is guiding you? If the answer is a pure source from within, that there are pieces for you that are necessary for you finding your new theme, building into who you are to become, then yes. But you're in a time where building into your new theme or archetype is of utmost importance. That is a focus we encourage of you. Because otherwise, the cycles will continue. And you know where they lead. And you know where they end. Thank you. All right, my dear. So that was for Astara about the theme of direction in life and where to go, where to make, is it, you know, these big decisions, these small leaps to a festival, which can actually be a lot for us in our lives. I know for me, I barely can consider it as being in a family, but you know, if that is, it also can be a big leap into the unknown, into putting yourself into this melding pot of like that festival is huge, like many, many thousands. You're welcome, my dear. I could even show that. So for anyone popping on, yay! For anyone popping on, this is a great opportunity for you to ask a question for yourself, humanity, or the planet. And I work with the group I call them spirit mentors, and I call the invisibles for ease of their complexities. And yeah, while I'm waiting though for somebody to put a question on, unless there's any queued, I have this little thing I like to do, which is intermission songs. Actually, maybe Alila wants to sing. Hey, Alila, do you want to sing an intermission song while we're waiting on a question?
Yeah.
No, you're good? Sure?
Oh, sorry.
Okay, I'll sing it. All right. Let's see. Let's talk about, I feel like singing about turtles while waiting. All right. The shells that you carry, they may be strong and wise, but when you put yourself inside, you may look like a rock on the outside. You may look like a rock on the outside, but inside soft and sensitive, and outside hard and strong. To make your movement sure, you must take your arms and extend. You must take your head and extend, and crawl and seek the future. And crawl and seek the future, and crawl and seek the future. With your shell on the out and your soft on the in, and your movement to take you forward. That was a cute little song about wearing your shell. So for anyone on, this is a great opportunity to put a question on the feed here. I'm going to check to see if anyone's put it on the Facebook thread, just because sometimes that happens. Let's see. Oh, perfect. There is a question. So this question, I'm just going to copy it, is from my dear Francesca. And her question is how to find back to my intuition when being kicked out of it through too many worries and a mind that's too strong, and now trying to find a decision between two possibilities where different longings seem to be met, but also different challenges. How to find a clear feeling of what's the right thing to do in this situation where I'm still not trusting my intuition 100% again. All right. So clarifying that. Two possibilities where different longings can be met. How to find a clear feeling of what's the right thing to do in the situation where I'm still not trusting my intuition. All right, so I can even write this. So the theme of this one is going to be trusting intuition. Navigating. I don't think I spelled navigating right, but anyways. So this is for you, Francesca, and for anyone else that has experienced the whole dilemma with how do we trust our intuition, what's intuition, and then what's fear preventing us from taking action. I know for me this is something that we can take our whole lives reflecting upon and refining. So here we go. Show this. Navigating intuition. It's so ironic when you can be fearful of being scared. Surely you've all experienced this, and if not, congratulations. But for those of you who are in a place in your life, for you as well, my dear, where your intuition is dangerous or is perceived of on a subconscious level as something that can lead to pain. Perhaps your intuition has been used before in the past. You followed down a road and it felt clear and strong, and that your yes was being heard and taken action upon. And then lo and behold, pain and sorrow. But if you were to look into the lessons that come from that pain and sorrow, possibly the life path veering direction that was able to happen because of the influence of that pain and sorrow. All that's come so far because of that complete shift that was needed, even though it was because the result of something that was uncomfortable. You were following intuition in alignment with your soul's calling. And you got just that. All the situations, all the friendships, all the dynamics that have come only because you took the road of following your intuition. Well, how do you monitor those when the pain body feels like it trumps your experience? It can be easy to listen to the weight of suffering and to find the weight of suffering enough to inspire us to not take action. What can you do in your life to encourage yourself to feel and appreciate all the amazing gifts that came from you following your intuition and are continuing to come? Because if you are not scared, if you are not fearful of being scared, that you will be hurt, that you will be let down. Or let's reword this. Perhaps that is what is preventing you. The not enoughs. Being let down. Not having the support. Not being met. Not being seen. Not being heard. Not enough money. Not enough friendship. Not enough superiority to share. Well, let's replace that with enough courage, enough trust, enough acceptance, enough excitement, enough resilience, enough empowerment, enough leadership skills, enough abundance consciousness, enough inspiration. Well, you, my dear, have all of that. And here's an affirmation that can support you. I allow myself to fully trust in the pure direction of my soul's agenda, knowing that all my needs are met as I meet the need to follow my intuition in this life. Okay. Meeting the need to follow your intuition in this life. That is a need. And if there's only one piece of advice we have for you, is to start appreciating the moments where you follow your intuition. From the choices you make, the little moments, you can start right now following your intuition to even ask this question. Thank you. Thank you, Francesca. Thank you, Smina. Thank you, Francisca. Following the intuition to eat something, to choose to nurture yourself, to saying yes to someone. Giving yourself more appreciation for the intuition you do follow on a daily basis, and reminding yourself that even through these small acts, the goodness that have come from it. So it is not that you do not follow your intuition. It is that there are certain avenues of trust that you need to strengthen yourself upon. And that is okay. And you're doing your best. And the learning curve can be a little challenging sometimes. But appreciating how you're following your intuition right now in your life is something you can do now to start reprogramming your connection with that. Thank you. That was for you, my dear. Thank you for following your intuition and coming on here and asking that question. All right, so for anyone popping on or who's been here for a bit, it's me and the Invisibles, a group of spirit mentors that I've been working with since a child. And this is a great opportunity for you to ask a question for yourself, humanity, or the planet. I'm going to be traveling on a family vacation in Virginia next week, so I'll probably be popping on for a little bit, but it's during family dinner time, so it might be a little awkward with all of the guests that are arriving. But so this is a great opportunity today, and then I'm going to be on the road and doing transmissions from Toronto, and this is the last time until September I'm offering this from the sanctuary of my own home, where I know I can schedule myself in a clear way, in a present way. So anyone popping on, please, if you have a question, I am excited to answer it. And ideally, just for people popping on, if you could post your question through the Be Live, like through Sarah Burns and the Invisibles, it's easier for me to actually see them. Otherwise, I got to hunt a little bit. So I'm going to do a little hunting just in case anyone else has responded. And if anyone wants to share this, if you think that maybe you don't have a question, but somebody that you know might, please do on your Facebook thread. And while I'm waiting for a question, I can do another intermission song. Maybe she'll be ready to. Hey, Lola, how about now? A little, or do you want to share a little something with people?
Okay.
Okay.
I was just packing my bag.
She's packing her bag. This is Alila, everyone. Oh, it's very cute. So, do you want to sing them a little song while we're waiting for a question, or do you want to, or if anyone wants to ask Alila a question, you can do that. That's also an option. Try not to kick that.
Just need to fix.
Want to sing a song about kittens?
Just need to.
Okay. So go for it. People are watching. Do you want me to ask a question? Okay, I'm going to ask a little question. Can you stop kicking this? So, Alila, as a 6-year-old on this planet with a whole life ahead of you, is there something that, or is there a way that you think people should, or is there something that people should know about children? Like if older people, like that they should, like there's something that they should know to be able to relate to you more, to understand you more? Kids?
Maybe be a little more understandable.
Understandable. Is there a way that people can communicate that makes you feel heard?
If you just give me a little heads up.
Little heads up. Can I translate that? Is there anything else? Do you have any questions for people? Okay. Do you want to sing a little song? Just a sweet one? About butterflies? Okay.
The butterflies in the forest must be hood. Oh, the butterflies in the forest can't belong there anymore. The butterflies in the forest, the butterflies in the butterflies in the forest, the butterflies in the
Thank you. So that was Alila singing the song about the butterflies in the forest. Why can't they be in the forest anymore?
Because if the butterflies aren't on, then the people are like,
All right, thank you. So that was a little intermission. So for anyone popping on, this is a great opportunity. This is a great opportunity to ask yourself a question for yourself, humanity, or the planet. And I'm going to look to see if there's any. Otherwise, I'm just going to ask another question, which is totally fine because I have plenty of them. I'm just not seeing any more questions. So here I go. Let's see. So I feel like with the eclipses coming up, and we just had the lunar eclipse, and I'm just curious, I want to ask more of a celestial question to the invisibles and asking them, what is something that we can do during these powerful times, and how can we support these energies moving through our lives and moving through our bodies? And so that's my question, is how to work with the energy of the eclipses that are around right now. And all these lights are kind of crazy right now. All right. And please put a question on if you want to be cued next. And before getting into that, just honoring the beauty of this sound and letting it just cleanse this room, bringing us into center. All right, the power of the eclipses, how we can harness their energy or work with their energy as they are here. Celestial occurrences. Reversing the roles is just as important in your life as honoring the duality that can be experienced on this planet. The duality of night and day. The journey between enlightenment and the darkness of the soul. All of these are equally important to the beauty and the union of balance. So during these times when the sun has become darkened during the day, during a time where you are receiving and absorbing and taking in life force through the sun? Well, the energetics of the day is what you can look into. A time of receiving, a time of nourishment, a time of illumination. So just because the sun can become darkened, it doesn't change that that is what is happening. So if the darkening of the sun is happening, then you are still receiving nourishment, receiving and integrating and absorbing like a plant would in the daytime. But you are receiving something that is different. And the cells and your body's chemistry, in some ways, slightly adjusts itself to this shift, even if you're not necessarily witnessing it. But the mycelial network, the planetary's connectivity grid, it means that there is an aspect of the planet that is almost energetically like a cord of energy you could see entering from the eclipse into the planet and sending forth information about celestial encounters. It's not the right word. We're going to shift a little. Illuminating yourself through the darkness is a theme these days. Because the darkness is what is here to encourage you to rekindle trust in your knowing within. For in the darkness, is it not a time when the sensations and the sensitivities awaken more? When there is less bombardment of the senses? When the subtleties of nature become enlivened to your awareness? Where your mammalian, your primal instincts to absorb your environment are heightened in a different way. So during this eclipse, allow yourself to absorb your environment and cocoon yourself in a way to receive frequencies that you may not understand how to articulate. We do not encourage finding a place with a lot of busyness and agenda that is linear based. So that would include setting yourself into something that is not oriented around an experientially based agenda, around an intuitively based agenda. Because what's needed on the day of the eclipse is something that you may make more, it may come to you closer to the day. It may not be something that revolves even the same kind of structure of ritual that other phenomena can. The main thing for you is to explore what are you receiving and absorbing from the darkness in your life right now that is so strong that it's getting in the way of being able to nourish yourself from the illuminated qualities, and how to honor receiving from the shadow aspects as they are coming to the surface. Thank you. Hope that was helpful. So for anyone popping on, this is a great opportunity for you to ask a question for yourself, humanity, or the planet. And we've got room for one, maybe two questions. So please put that on the thread. I'm going to check to see. There's a couple threads going here, so I'm just going to check to make sure nobody else. All right. So any questions, my dears? Well, while I'm waiting on a question, I will do an intermission song. Also, a question that has been used before, if you're not quite sure, is you can even just say, do the invisibles pick up on anything for me? So it can be as vague as that. It doesn't have to be very specific. It can be a theme. It can just be like, I want a theme of fertility, or a theme of action or inspired action, like things like that. Oceanic creatures. So if that helps you with your understanding, like they're pretty good at turning something into a teaching. So I'm just gonna do an intermission song then while we're waiting for a couple more questions. And I might ask one more. Otherwise, I feel, you know, if something else comes after my intermission song, I feel pretty complete. So if there's no more questions, I will just send off early. All right. Bathing in the light of the moon, take your hand to the sun and guide the wisdom from your womb to spread gifts with everyone. Hold the guiding force within you like a torch to guide you through the starlight and the moonlight, and the willingness to find a shallow breath, a shallow mind, or take you to the deepest winding hills. Oh, step on to the path that has led you on still, and step off of the path that has turned you in and round and round and round yourself. For the motion forward takes you to the next trail, and the motion round and circling, it does not prevail once you follow the steps before you. Even if the door is closed, there is a key around your neck to open what is true to you, to open what belongs to you. Never stray when the light of day and the music hides itself from you. All right, everyone, the intermission song is complete. All right, so I'm going to show this question because I feel like this is a really powerful question. I hope that's okay with you, Christy. And it kind of is in alignment too with the feeling of these portals too, of these portals of eclipses and alignments and all that's happening. So do you have any insight on how we can best ground and work with new energies, portals that are opening, that are new and unknown to us? All right. Let's see what they have to say. Canceling out any desires or requests you have made from a place of longing, but a longing that was not grounded in your birthright to desire. This may sound complex, but if there are qualities in your life that are convincing themselves that they are built off of a need to reach for something that is not available, then releasing them. Because during these alignments that are coming, you are capable of connecting with what is available. And what is available may be far more superior or authentic than what you even think you're looking for. That the frequencies that are available might actually be frequencies that your being has never experienced in this life or any other, if you believe in incarnations. So what to do as you begin to align yourself and understand that there is a lot more happening than your logical mind, than even astrology or the systems that are helping you align yourself with these great callings, because they are blueprints, but the pure transmission of these events, of these alignments and portals that are opening up frequencies from many areas of this galaxy, and in some cases other galaxies, from the central sun, from the heart, from the essence of the primordial breath, from the core of oneness. These frequencies are allowed to come into you as much as you are open and receptive to them. Some of them, your soul has contract to actually allow them to move through and out of you as a conduit, as a healing vessel for a filtration system of these frequencies or downloads or new orders in the cosmos or in the celestials. So learning if you're in a time of pure receptivity, of allowing these frequencies to move through you and create a ripple effect in your DNA, in your core belief structures, in the systems that support who you are for the world? Or are you in a place to conduit them out, to transform them for beings that are not capable of fully absorbing or retaining them for whatever protective mechanisms they have in place, for good or faulty reason? So feel into that. The question is, am I capable of being divine channel for this frequency, the specific portal that is opening and I am connected to? A channel and conduit for those around me, a channel and conduit for the planet, etc. Or is it important for me to ground and metabolize this energy and act as a grounding cord simply for the planet, for the earth? If the answer is yes, follow that. And if the answer is no, honor that. You can also ask for beings to come into your lives who are conduits of certain frequencies that are passing through the planet right now, that are open to supporting the transmission, gracefully entering into your life. Because sometimes it's just that. We need to know if we are needing for frequencies to enter through others into us from direct connection, though in some ways it can still be direct connection through others. These are questions. We're also seeing topaz, emerald, and aquamarine. At least until November, are very powerful stones to help with the new portals that we're aware of opening. And passion fruit. Thank you. Yay, everyone. So that was a great question about how to ground some energies and portals that are opening that are new to us or unknown to us. I hope that was helpful, Nadir. And for anyone popping on, I also, before going out, I just want to show this because I think there's been a few Toronto crew. So for anyone that's popping on, I am teaching a class in Toronto. Me and the Invisibles are going to be doing a class, and we're also going to be doing a live Q&A in person that I haven't done much publicity for. It's going to be smaller. It's only about 10 people. And if you're interested in that, please contact me directly. And if you're interested in the bigger event that I'm doing, then please connect with me or go onto my website and you can find more information. So, moving on, it looks like we have room for possibly one more question. If there's someone that is here and something feels burning, it is almost 3:30. Otherwise, I will call it a day. I'm going to see if anyone else has responded. All right, so there's no last questions. I will just also give you guys the heads up that this is my last time for some weeks being in the gold room, and I'm going to be traveling. So I should write I'm going to write this. I'm going to be traveling and going to Virginia next week and then Toronto. So I'm going to still do the Q&A, but in Virginia, because of the time difference and it being a family reunion and us all having 10 people sharing a house, might be a little hard. So I might pop in. I'll pop in. I will be in integrity with my commitment to you all, but it might just be for a short little bit, just seeing where I'm at. Or I'll just invite the whole family to have Q&A. I doubt that's going to happen though. So no questions. So with that, thanking all of you for your presence, which is so powerful and such a blessing for the world and all that you connect with and all that you witness and experience in this life. And thank you for witnessing and experiencing these transmissions and me during this time, whether it's just my voice in the background while you're doing things or if you've been sitting and watching this. It really means a lot to me to feel the presence of you all, and I really do. And thank you for all of that. And looking forward to when I get to start meeting you all in person and doing this, which is very exciting. And I look forward also to the classes that are coming up and also for a little time of relax and rejuvenation. So blessings to your day and honoring this space. So believe it, receive it, leave it, or lend it. If anything's come up during these transmissions that doesn't quite sit with you, or you're not quite ready to digest and you want to return to it, you can send it like a little energetic parcel into the earth and return to it. If you need to believe and receive it, please, if there's something that's come up that's kind of poked at something within you that's needing a little more investigation or exploration or is inspired a part of you to take action in some way, go for it. We love that. So honoring this space, honoring this time, and closing, it's a beautiful sound. Aloha and thank you all.